Hey y'all, welcome back to Tidbits with Day, where we break down political and cultural issues affecting women into bite-sized pieces. Welcome back, friends. I know we were off last week. I took a little break. I was just tired and I wanted to rest. And so that's why I didn't post. But that's okay because we're back this week and we are still honoring amazing Black women in honor of Black History Month. But before we jump into today's Woman of the Week, I want to make sure that everyone viewing is subscribed to my channel. Please, if you haven't already, subscribe. I promise you'll love it over here. And you don't want to miss literally anything we have going on. It's going to be a really, really cool month. And I'm looking forward to the rest of the content we have coming out. So if you feel so inclined, hit subscribe and the little bell at the top. And so you'll get notified every time that I post. And we are over on Instagram. We post a lot over there. So if you want to follow us over there, we would love to have you with us also. Okay, now into our Woman of the Week. We cannot talk about Black History Month without talking about the Black Panthers Party. But what isn't spoken about enough are the Black women who, without them, the party would have never existed or persisted for as long as it did. One of them being the incomparable Mrs. Elaine Brown, the first woman to head the controversial male-dominated organization. Miss Brown, she was born March 2nd, 1943 in the inner city of North Philadelphia. She moved to Los Angeles in 1965 to chase her dream of being a famous songwriter. But life had other plans for our girl. In 1968, after the murder of MLK Jr., Elaine joined the Black Panther Party as a rank-and-file member, studying revolutionary literature and selling Black Panther Party newspapers. She soon helped the party set up its first free breakfast for children program in Los Angeles, what they're very famous for, by the way, as well as the party's initial free busing to prisons program and free legal aid program. When Huey P. Newton, the founder and chairman of the Black Panther Party, fled to Cuba in 1974 to avoid criminal charges, he appointed Elaine as the chairwoman for the party. She chaired the Black Panther Party from 1974 until 1977. She dealt with regular sexism because the men were angered, honey. They were mad at just the thought of taking orders from a woman. In her memoir from 1992, A Taste of Power, Elaine recounts her experiences as a very dangerous one, saying, "A woman in the Black Panther movement was considered at best irrelevant. A woman asserting herself was a pariah. If a Black woman assumed a role of leadership, she was said to be eroding Black manhood, to be hindering the progress of the Black race. She was an enemy to the Black people. She knew she would have to muster something very mighty to manage the Black Panther Party." During Brown's leadership at the Black Panther Party, she focused on electoral politics and community service. In 1977, she managed Lionel Wilson's victorious campaign to become Oakland's first Black mayor. Brown also founded the Panther Liberation School, which was recognized by the state of California as a model school that should be adopted everywhere. Brown stepped down from chairing the Black Panther Party less than a year after Newton's return from Cuba in 1977, when Newton refused to condemn the beating of Regina Davis, an administrator of the Panther Liberation School. Other male members of the party beat Davis and broke her jaw because she reprimanded a coworker when he did not do his assignment. Newton opted for solidarity with the men. This incident was the point at which Brown could no longer tolerate the sexism and rampant patriarchy of the Black Panther Party. For many, Brown's leaving was seen as a turning point for the party. She left Oakland, California with her daughter, Erica, and moved to Los Angeles, where she feared for her personal safety. Her experience with the Panthers did not hinder or change her motivation to see our people liberated. Her advocacy continued. Till this day, she's still alive, by the way. Till this day, she is a fierce advocate for radical prison reform and has spent 25 years doing this work. In March 2007, Brown announced her bid to become the first Green Party presidential nominee for the upcoming 2008 election. As CEO, Brown is the leading development of the Black Panther, an $80 million affordable housing and business complex in West Oakland, California, designed to employ formerly incarcerated people. Elaine remains an active voice in social justice, recently delivering the keynote speech at the Black Caucus MLK breakfast just in January of 2026. Reading and researching about Miss Elaine Brown, her story spoke to me so deeply because oftentimes what we learn in history, especially in the Black community, about the people who were put in the front and who fought for our freedoms and for our rights, are always the men of the community. And what researching her story and other female leaders of the time, what it has taught me and what I've honestly already knew, these movements, whether it's the civil rights movement, whether it's the Montgomery bus boycott, whether it's the Black Panther Party, wherever you find a revolutionary movement rooted in liberation of humans, you will find a Black woman doing the work, doing the labor, and not getting credit for it. Not getting credit for it. And not only are they not getting credit for it, they're being abused by the very people they're trying to fight with, they're trying to partner with. And it breaks my heart. And yet we persist. Elaine persisted through all the sexism, through all the misogyny, through all the abuse. She still fought and continues to fight for the freedom and liberation of her people. And if that isn't enough for y'all to see us Black women for the literal angels that we are, I don't know what else we would have to do. We've already died on behalf of a lot of y'all. But in the face of abuse, in the face of harm, in the face of utter disgust from the very people you want to link arms with and build with, we still will not give up because we understand the movement is bigger than us. The fight is bigger than us. This is about all of humanity. And I just wish people saw the humanity as clear as Black women can see in others, they saw in us. They saw us worth fighting for. They saw us worth setting down their egos for and listening to. They saw us worth following. We're good enough to do the labor. We're good enough to build and think and write for you. But y'all don't want to give us any credit. And it breaks my heart. And it's why I do this work. Because like Elaine and all the other women that I will continue to discuss and ensure their stories are told, I refuse to give up. And I refuse to stop speaking about the very particular harm Black women face in this country. What's the word over here? Intersectionality. Remember that, and you'll go farther than most folks have. I'm going to get off my soapbox because I can discuss this literally all day. This is actually one of my many Roman empires, is the Black Panther Party's rampant sexism. The audacity. The audacity, right? I digress. This week, for continued education, pick up a copy of Elaine Brown's memoir, A Taste of Power. You can learn even more about her amazing, prolific story. Comment down below, what was one of the most shocking parts you learned today about Mrs. Brown's story? Are you shocked about the rampant sexism in the Black Panther Party? Did you know that there was rampant sexism? If so, why do you think that is? Especially if we're all on the same side. I have my guesses, but I want to see what y'all say in the comments. Thank you so much to everyone who watched today. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, share far and wide. I really appreciate you being here as we're building this community from the ground up. And I'm just really excited to see where and how far we can take this. But right now it's just us, and that's enough, and that's okay. Yay! Thank you so much again. And as usual, please, it is imperative in this day and age, stay curious, my friends.